Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name's Laura Watson, and today we're going to be exploring a new color palette by Viviva Colors. And they make sustainable, really portable watercolor palettes, and we're going to be doing this beautiful little color wash exercise today with a purple aster. Today I'm going to show you this Viviva Colors cute little cork palette. So this is their spring color set, and it comes in this little biodegradable cork palette, and it has a paper mixing palette area. So I'm just going to set it down here, and we'll use their little travel kit today as well. I'm going to use some of my regular brushes. This is a number 6, and I might use a number 4, but we're going to be doing something I've been doing a few sort of samples of, and this is an ink drawing with a color wash in the background, and the colors of the wash are all the colors I would use if I were to paint the plant. Here's one of fireweed, and I'm going to show you how to do one of this cute little purple aster flower today. This is actually one of the September birth flowers, and it's growing in my sister's garden, so I have this lovely little live piece to show you. So I'm just going to set that there, and we'll get started with a rough drawing first. So I'm just using my mechanical pencil. I'm having a look. I'm just going to map this out lightly. There's a little bud. Some leaves, and then this is the yellow part here. And then these are the petals. They're going to be shorter this side facing us due to foreshortening. And so this part will be done in ink. So I'm just roughly sort of mapping it in now in pencil. So that's good. I don't need a completely detailed drawing, and it's a bit hard probably to see on the camera right now, but we will be going over this in ink, so you'll be able to see it much better soon. All right, so now we're ready to mix up our colors. I'm just going to use an older brush while I'm mixing, and I have this beautiful periwinkle color from the spring set that will work quite nicely. I want a few different color variations because that's how I would paint this too. So I'll have periwinkle on its own, and then I'm also going to mix up a puddle of it and add probably a little bit of the, I believe this is the marine blue. See how that looks. A little too blue. So just add more of the purple. So that would be a cooler option for the color here, and then I'll just take some more of that color, rinse out my brush, and then actually add in some of this cocktail pink. And see how this goes. So I want that pinky purple color. And then I'm just going to keep mixing, making some different combinations. This is alizarin crimson. I don't mind if they mix together too much as well. It will kind of create more interest. So this is giving me more of that purpley color. I'm mixing ochre with cobalt blue, I believe, yeah. And so now I'm getting more of that royal purple color, which is also apparent in the color of the flower. All right, so I think I have enough purples. It's going to be really fun to see these on the paper. And then of course I do want a green as well. I have a bit more color or space left on my palette, and it's pretty cool that these Viviva color palettes are so compact and lightweight, and that this is paper, and I'm actually just it has like some kind of coating on it, so you can just wipe it off after. And I'm just mixing all my colors here like I would a regular palette, except for the difference is, say I wanted to take this in my backpack out in the field or on a hike. Compared to a metal travel palette, this is far more lightweight, which is important for me because I don't want things to be heavy, carrying them around and making my back hurt. Now I'm going to take some of the, let's see, I'm looking at my palette map here, which is also really handy. So if you go down, there is the permanent green, so I'll probably take some of that. And then I don't want it to be super bright and garish, so I'll probably take some of the opera that I used and just mix some into there to make it a little bit more muted down and realistic. Same goes for maybe just adding a tiny bit of the purple or the periwinkle. So I have a few different variations of greens. And I think that's good to start our wash. I'm going to do the color first, and then I'll go over the drawing in ink. So the first step for that is get some nice clean water. I take a big brush, like a number 6 round brush, and I want an irregular shaped sort of water wash puddle to drop my color into. I use a mechanical pencil because it's not too soft. It's not creating excess graphite, so I'm not smudging my pencil. If it is smudging, then you could just lift some of the graphite off with a kneaded eraser. Okay, and then another thing I just realized is there's some yellow in the center of the daisy, of course, so I am just going to take some of this lovely bees yellow here in the corner and add that in. Because what I want to do is just sort of drop the colors in over where I would be painting them. So like yellow in the center, but not worrying about it too much. Maybe some more over the bud. And now start with the yellow, or sort of the purples. And yellow and purple are complementary, so they will mix and kind of make a muddy color. So I'm just trying to keep a bit of a separation with some of the yellow and some of the purple, but it's looking pretty nice for right now. I want that extra line of wetness. I don't want to go all the way to the edge because I want this nice bleeded out look. And it's actually starting to dry up towards the bottom, so I'm going to rinse the color out of my brush and just add more water. And now I can go back to dropping in my color. And of course you can still add some of the purple down below, etc. And then even add some of the green in some of the top areas, like here. And of course this will look a lot more like it's coming together once we have the actual drawing placed in. But this is a beautiful way to learn how to mix colors and experiment with how they mix on the page and just how your watercolor paper behaves. This watercolor paper is it's more like a hot press paper that comes in the travel kit. They do also have like a cold press rough paper in their sketchbooks. But this one definitely absorbs more of the color. So you just want to sort of place it down where you would like and not worry about lifting out too much. So I'm going to let this dry, and then we'll come back and ink over our drawing. Alright, we're back, and this is nice and dry. I'm just wiping my palette clean, just with a damp paper towel, and then using the dry side just to dry that up. And that's pretty amazing that it is all ready to go for another project. So I'm just going to put my little palette aside and Again, you can check out the link in my video description if you're interested in these colors in the cork palette form or the color sheets form, which I do show in some other videos. It does go towards supporting my YouTube channel, so if you want to see more videos like this, then you can check that out and also get 10% off anything on the Viviva Colors website, including this cute travel kit or any of the paints. So it just slips back into here, and then it's ready to put away for the next time. So now I'm going to take a ink pen, and this is a 0.3 micron nib. This is waterproof ink, so technically I could have inked it first, but I just prefer to do it this way right now. The color first, so then I'm just going to start inking away. I'll bring this in a little closer so you can see better. There we go. Starting with the center with daisies and asters, it's always nice to just start with the center, which is pretty ubiquitous to a daisy. And then I'm just going to do some lines first for the petals. Some are longer, some are shorter. Mostly, I just want to make sure that I get the direction of growth correct and the length correct. As they're shorter here because it's facing us, like that. And then just tilting my flower so I can see what it looks like from the side view, like this. Okay. And I'm just sort of making broken lines. And then there's lots of little sort of leafy bits coming up from the stem, so I'll just do one part of it, and then lightly with light pressure just line in the other part, bring up the other stem here for the little bud. Okay, and then I'll be doing some leaves, and they're all sort of going upwards. Getting smaller as we get higher. Like that. And then I'm just going to sort of use the lines I made as the center vein of the daisy petal, because they all have a bit of a center vein to them now that I have them placed, or most of them. And this is definitely not perfect. I'm just sort of doing a rough little ink sketch to go with my beautiful colors. Alright, there we go. So now what I'm just going to do is take my eraser and just, this is nice and dry now, my kneaded eraser, and just get rid of any excess pencil. There's a little bit of an overlap, too much there, but that's okay. So then just zooming out, there's our beautiful color study with our purple aster for September, and you can see all of those colors that you would use to paint this more botanically accurate are in here, and we got to explore our lovely Viviva Colors spring watercolor set. So I'll see you in the next video, and again, if you're interested in any of the Viviva Color products, it does help support my channel if you use the link below in the video and check out all of their amazing paints. Thanks for watching.